This week on Inside Boulder News.
Engagement with the City of Boulder is now one click away thanks to the launch of this new platform. Big changes are in store for one of Uni Hill's popular spots, and help the city envision the future of transportation.
Welcome to Inside Boulder News, your source for all things Boulder. I'm Jocelyn Avendaño. This week, the city launched 2 new online engagement resources for the community. This is part of a broader effort to make it easier for the public to engage with their local government. The platform is called Heard Boulder, and you can now check it out.
There are 2 new ways you can now engage with the City of Boulder. One of them is bouldercolorado.gov/engage. Here you can find all things engagement. The second resource is an online engagement platform that allows users to be interactive and provide feedback on a variety of topics, and it's called Heard Boulder.
This is a platform that people can visit 24/7 and give their feedback on high priority projects at a time that best suits them.
One of the things that makes Heard Boulder so unique is all the different interactive ways to provide feedback. And so it's not only just traditional surveys and polls, but we also have interactive elements where people can have discussions with each other and see where they lie on issues, as well as vote up ideas that people might have in the community.
There are currently 5 projects being featured on the site. They range from community broadband to emerald ash borer and transportation-related issues. Projects will be rotated regularly as the city pilots this new tool.
I really see this as an interactive platform where people can have a dialogue with each other, as well as city staff can kind of help answer questions that might come up as people use the platform.
Late last year, the city recommitted to community engagement. The city wants to make sure that the engagement they are asking the community to participate in is both meaningful and inclusive. Heard Boulder is part of this commitment.
We know that local government makes better decisions and creates better programs for the public it serves when we have the public's voice involved. So we really want to hear from people. We want to do a much better job of helping people understand how their voice is being heard.
While registration is not required to access Heard Boulder, it is necessary for many of the more interactive engagement opportunities. Registration is a quick, easy, one-time process. Visit beheardboulder.org to check it out for yourself.
There's many ways to move around Boulder, whether it be on a bike, on a car, the bus, or on your own 2 feet. As the city gears up for its Transportation Master Plan update, they want to know how you envision the future of transportation at their next big event.
The Transportation Master Plan guides the city's plans and investments in transportation and is updated about every 5 years. Boulder's wide-ranging transportation modes are all thanks to the adoption of the TMP in 1989.
And really working with the community, we created things like the EcoPass and the Community Transit Network and the 80 underpasses that are part of our multimodal bike system that really have allowed us to largely accomplish our goals over the last 25 years.
Boulder's recent report on progress shows that the city is facing some challenges with traffic congestion and an increased number of single-occupant vehicles on the road. Part of the Transportation Master Plan update will aim to tackle these issues.
And so part of what the update process is about is asking the community, are we willing to step up to those challenges, be creative, be innovative again, and really decide what are the next things we need to do.
As the city gets ready to embark on their 18-month process, they'll first have a launch event for the whole community to attend on March 21st. The event will feature an open house and a panel discussion with renowned experts on transportation.
We really have a great panel, should be very interesting. They're being asked to bring their expertise, apply it to Boulder and Boulder conditions where we are, and make suggestions for what we should be thinking about in the TMP update.
The Transportation Master Plan launch will be on March 21st from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. at the Millennium Harvest House Hotel. The first hour of the event will be dedicated to an open house. Then from 6:30 to 8:30, there will be a panel discussion and a Q&A. For more information, please visit bouldertmp.net.
The City of Boulder and the University Hill General Improvement District are pursuing a public-private partnership to construct a hotel with underground parking at one of the Hill's most popular places. This week, the city sought the public's input on the latest design concept.
For decades, these businesses along University Hill have been serving students and community members alike. But as the popularity of University Hill continued to grow, so has the demand for more parking spaces.
We've tried other ways to reduce parking demand through free bus passes for all the Hill employees, but even today there's still demand for hundreds more public parking spaces.
So when the owners of the properties along University and Broadway approached the city in hopes to redevelop the site, the city, which owns the parking lot adjacent to the property on Broadway and Pleasant, realized that partnering with that redevelopment would provide the opportunity to create more parking spaces.
We've spent the last 2 years devising what would be an appropriate partnership with them. The city would own and operate the garage under the entire site, and everything above grade would be owned and operated by the hotel.
The 60,000 square foot project site includes the private property that runs from University up to Pleasant, as well as the public parking lot on Pleasant Street.
The two properties put together, we could fit 200 below grade parking spaces, and then above grade have a small hotel, 175 rooms with 16,000 square feet of retail and dining.
Besides providing more parking, the project is designed to attract more customers to University Hill and to keep business going during the slow times of the year when students are off school. The city is currently working with existing businesses by providing other locations available on the Hill.
There's currently about 10 open spaces. That will change. It'll grow and shrink depending on the month, but we will have that list available when the time comes to make it as easy as possible for people to find spaces that are appropriate for them to maintain their existing customer base on the Hill.
The project is now on its designing phase. Members of the community were able to see and provide feedback at a recent public meeting. Staff will gather this information and present it to Planning Board in late spring for consideration of the concept design.
We do anticipate that from the approval of the concept design, it's probably about an 18-month process to get through permitting and all the design work. So really not looking at shovels in the ground until probably late 2019, early 2020.
In October of 2017, the city, along with the County of Boulder, launched a new adult homeless services system. The goal of the system is to help people with not just services, but solutions to exit homelessness. Between October and January of this year, over 100 people were able to exit homelessness in the city. We spoke to Wendy Schwartz with Human Services to learn more about the city's efforts on ending homelessness.
As part of the new system, all adult individuals seeking services start with a coordinated entry evaluation that helps determine the individual's need.
What we know is that the best service that can be provided to someone experiencing homelessness is housing. And so the focus of the adult system is really helping people with an individualized plan that helps them get to that housing as quickly as possible.
There are two organizations in the city that focus on permanent housing solutions for each client. Bridge House provides services to individuals who need short-term assistance, whereas In Boulder Shelter for the Homeless helps those needing longer-term assistance.
At the end of the day, we've really got our local partners, countywide partners, all focused on the same goal, which is helping people get to housing as quickly as possible.
Under the new system, a total of 129 exits were made countywide, 104 of those in Boulder and 25 in Longmont. The city hopes that by recording this kind of data, it will help them better improve their strategy with helping the homeless.
As we go forward with this new system, we're really going to be looking at the data and looking at the successes and where we can amplify those, and looking at challenges that arise and how we can adjust the system to better meet those needs.
If you would like to take a look at this data, please visit the website on your screen. Here you'll be able to find a dashboard report on the city's homeless services system. And before we go, make sure to mark your calendars. This Sunday, March 18th, OSMP will be hosting an event called Imagina. Community members are invited to come out and imagine the future of open space and mountain parks by providing feedback about Boulder's beloved lands. Join the City of Boulder for an afternoon of fun and entertainment as it kicks off its OSMP Master Plan process. OSMP's celebratory event will be on Sunday, March 18th from 1:30 to 5 p.m. in the new Civic Area Park in front of the Boulder Library. Visit the website on your screen for more information.
Thank you so much for joining us on this week's edition of Inside Boulder News. If you have pictures, news tips, or events you'd like to see featured, we'd love to hear from you. Connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. You can also sign up to receive video updates right in your inbox. Just go to boulderchannel8.com and click on subscribe. Have a good week.